everyone. How are you? So this is part 2 of my coloring the Joanna Basford Magical Worlds contest page that I downloaded, and I put the link down below. And I took a little break, and I realized I was looking at it. Some different ideas come to you, come to me, but I put it aside for a little while. And I realized I want to do something with the lighting. I'm going to make the sun on the upper left-hand corner so that the left side of the objects will be more lit up. And I'm going to shade more on the right-hand side, lower right hand. Yeah, so that now with that in mind, which I probably should do right from the beginning. I should be thinking lighting right from the start. I did shade like underneath mainly, so the sun will be above, but I didn't pick a side. I didn't pick a left or a right. So now I'm picking the left. So now I'm going to take my white Jelly Roll pen, and I'm going to highlight all the objects and on the left-hand side and just make the dark line even lighter. I'm going to zoom in a little bit just to get a better look. So here we go. So just the upper left-hand side, that will cover the line. I'll be going throughout the page and doing this for the whole page for every object. And the line doesn't have to be, completely covered. Just as it looks lighter is what's important, right? So, well, this pen does do a pretty good job of making the line disappear. Okay, I think that finishes all of the highlights for now. I can find, I can think of maybe a little bit more on the side here. That's going to be sticking out in front. Yeah, I think I've got all of it. If I miss something later, I can come back to it. So the light from the upper left on top left means it has to be shaded on the lower right. So that's when I'm taking out my number 33 ultramarine blue, and I'm going to go over all the brown areas here that I did. I'm going to shade it in with the ultramarine blue on the just on the right hand side. Shade that a little more. The blue and the brown will make a dark gray kind of color. So I can add some more brown to make it darker as well. I think I will. I wasn't sure whether I want to put whites next to the water, but I think I will. The water dripping down. I think the rocks will be dark, but the water sort of sticks out from it. The light would hit it. That's what I'm going with here. Plus, it'll be nice for that water to stick out. White line there. Okay, so now we'll start blending that. I'm also going to, of course, shading all the objects, going over it, shading on the right hand side. I'm just starting with the background here first. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to shade the lower rights of all the objects heavier. I'm using the 005 red. I may add some green later to that to make it even darker. And the mushroom bottoms, I'm going to make gray. So I'm using the 77 and 31. So 77, the light gray on the bottoms, the darker gray, lower rights, and underneath the hood of the mushrooms. Let me just add some gray to the bottoms of all the mushrooms, make it a little darker instead of the green. I think the green would probably look better, but I already put gray on it, so do that. On the bottoms of these mushrooms. Over the whites. Now with the house, I'm going to use the gray again, the 77. Just the overall color. And stairway as well. I'm going to use the darker gray, 31, for the lower right hand side. And going back to the light gray, I'm going to color this gray as well. Overall, this is gray as well. All right. That activates this. Get the water brush out. Start filling in more shading as I go where I missed some dark gray, like right here on this side. I'm going to put in more gray. Okay, so now I'm going to just shade a little bit more bottom right hand side, all the mushrooms and the flowers. Put some gray over the whiter parts. The right side. And the same with these flowers in the bottom. Using the 05 red on top of the salmon color I put earlier on the bottom right. Put gray right under the mushrooms. Add a little gray on top of the red I just put down to make it a grayish red. And then on the right hand side of these little flowers to make it a little darker. Bottom right. With the flowers there. Okay, activate that. Again. Okay, I want also the flowers up here on top. I want to make them darker on the bottom. These are red, bottom right. So make that darker. Darken these up a little bit more. Okay. I'm gonna touch up the house a bit. I want to make the roof. I'm gonna put salmon on top. I put gray, so I'm gonna put a little bit of salmon on top of the gray. Make it a grayish salmon color on the front as well. And on the roof, I'm going to make the roof add a lighter, a bit of a greenish color to the roof. That's, I'm also going to get the dark gray, the number 31. I'm going to shade this in a little more. I think this will be all shaded in. And I'm going to make this roof a little bit more salmony colored. Let me try that. I'll have my dark gray out and I'll just add a little more darken it up a little bit on the right hand side here. Get a little darker. Okay. Next, I'm going to color the bottles here. I think I will make the bottles a light green color. 63 again. I'll make one green. I'll make this one a greenish color. And the other one, I will make the yellowy color. This is the 52. This one I'll make yellow. I'm going to put gray on them as well to darken them up a little bit, the shading. And I'm also going to use it while I have this number 52 out. I'm going to color inside of the windows. Look at the light inside. It's yellow in there. I think this is a light, so I'm going to put a light around that. It's yellow. I think I'll put a yellow in here too. Okay. Then I'm going to take the lighter gray, number 77. I'm going to do these stones right here. Let's color them all over the lighter gray, the darker gray, the bottom right hand side. And activate that. And then finish activating areas here that I darkened up. With dark gray pencil out. Any spots that look like it could use some shading. That should be it. This is pink, peachy, salmon color here. Colored that in. And touch up a little dark gray. And activate the yellow. Windows there. Make sure there's a little gray shadow next to the fireplace here. I'll shade it in. A little more gray under the mushroom. That will blur. I'm going to activate the bottles. And before I shade them, let them dry for a moment. I'm going to take out the blue, the ultramarine blue, and I'm going to darken the right hand side. Close to the wall there. Did I activate the rocks yet? I activate them. You got the dark gray. Maybe make it a little darker in some areas. The shading of the rocks. I'll do the sides of the bottles. So it'll be the lower right hand side. Underneath the lid. And inside the windows, I make that grayish in there. And I just make the spider gray as well. Gray spider. And the turtle. The turtle next. And then I'll shade the leaves. So I gotta shade the leaves as well in a moment. So let me see here. I think the fish, I shaded him with the blue here underneath. I'm going to make him a little darker reddish color here on the right hand side, bottom right. Looks a little different there. Stands out a little. I want to make it a little darker next to the bottles. So I have to get the dark gray again. A little bit more shading there. Okay. Now the turtle, I'm going to take the light green, the 63, cover him with light green. And then on top of that, I'm going to put the 64 of mid-tone. And I'm going to take the darkest green and 43, and on the right hand and underneath, make it the darkest. Okay. Now I do some shading with the trees and grass. So I'm going to take out the darkest green that I have, and that's number 43. And I'm going to make sure the right sides and bottoms of all the trees look darker. I already did the bottoms pretty much, so I make sure the right hand sides are all dark looking. Get rid of any straight lines. If it doesn't look dark enough, I can add red to it. I might add some red already. I might put a little 5 red out and just get it a little darker in there. Get a really dark green. Doesn't look quite dark enough. Okay. Start over here. Okay. And the leaves going down here, I'm going to take out the green and red again. Make sure the right hand side is darker. Okay. I'm going to do these leaves next. These on the lighter side. So lower right hand side is going to be darker. I think the dark green. Darker leaves grass over here because it's going to be shading. The light's hitting one side, but it's going to be a little darker. Away from the sun on the left. It's going to be a little darker on the right. Okay, and then green. Right hand bottom under the turtle is going to be darker. I'm just going to put some green in the bottom of these. adding a little green because the gray isn't darkening it enough. So I'm adding some green there that darkens it much better, I think. The complementary color always seems to work better with red. Make it darker there. All right, so I think we've got some good shading. So far, when I get the dark, I've got the black out. I'm tempted to use the black in some areas because it just doesn't feel like I'm getting the shading. So I'm putting a little bit of black under here, but I gotta be careful not to put too much, but just a little bit. Mm, yeah, I'll put a little bit of black next to the spider on the right hand side and the bottom. Shade him in a little better there. And maybe the bottles too could be a little darker. Shade it in there. Yeah, I think it's looking, the lighting is working here. I'm getting it. I'm getting all the shades in there. Oops, I've got them all. So I'm just going to do the butterflies. The butterflies, I think I'm going to color them in with the salmon color. Let me add some red too. Some salmon and red on this one. And I'll make this other one a yellow. This one will be yellow, light yellow, and dark yellow. The 52, the light and the dark is 22. And then with this last, um, I think this last butterfly will make green. Is the light green, which is 63, and the darker green, 64. Okay, so I only have one layer of the plain earth. I'm going to add another layer on here. Sort of blend in from the shading. Give it some more color. Now I'm just going to go over, there's still some areas that need to shade a little better. So I want the right-hand side of all the trees to be darker. I use my red and green. A little bit of gray, dark gray for the whites, the shade in the right side of the whites. Oops, whatever you call these on the mushroom. I'll shade it on the side. Yeah, just touching up around where looks like it should be darker. Under the turtle should be shaded too. Brown. And the rocks here, I'm going to add a little blue to shade in the rocks a little more. I use the light dark gray, but it's not really making it dark enough. So I'm going to put some ultramarine blue in the shaded areas, shade some of them in. Just shade a little more on the water. Could add a little of the brown. 28 here. No, 20. Maybe a little bit of this sort of to make the the blue a little darker, more shaded. So I'm mixing some brown with the ultramarine blue to get a little darker in some areas to look really shaded. That's by the rocks. Yeah, let's give it a little bit of a shade there. And also these little weeds here in the water. It's going to make them a dark yellow color. Very small. A little bit of yellow in there. Add some more dark green areas. Around the bottle here. Now I was thinking of, some people put clouds. They have a stamping tool and they make nice looking clouds in the background. I don't have a stamping tool, but I do have watercolor pencils, so I'm thinking of just adding some clouds. I'm going to try my own watercolor version of clouds back here. So I just put a line for where the clouds would be, and I'm just going to lightly. I'm using the same ultramarine blue I used in the water there. It's for very light circular shading here, following the outline I just put. I'm going to try putting a little bit of a cloud here. See how it comes out with watercolor. These little circles. very light, very light pressure. I'm holding the pencil all the way back. I don't know what's get lighter and lighter as it goes out. Lighter and lighter pressure. Sort of fade out. Let's see if we can do a cloud. Just drop my cap. The cap on this pencil water brush doesn't stay. I don't know where it was. Right. That's going to bug me. Oh, there it is. Not mine. I do hate when that happens. Let's find it later. I just dropped the cap. Rolled under my desk somewhere. I'll find it later. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. Here we go. So now I'm going to start doing the cloud. Oh. Clean off the tip of my water brush. Make sure there's nothing left on it. Here we go. Starting in the light area, circular motions. To the dark area. Wiping it off in between so I don't carry the dark color to the light area again. Yeah, I'm sort of activating the line that I made here. I made a little sort of fuzz out that line a little bit that I made. Yeah, so I got a little cloud. Not bad. Not perfect, but it'll work, right? That works. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. Little circular motions. Very light pressure. Okay, now I'm going to activate it. From the light area into the dark. Okay, there we go. Second cloud. Now wait for those to dry, and then I can put another layer on it, smooth it out even more. There's one layer of cloud there. Should I try another one? I'll put another one right here. And I'll put another one there. Oh, put it on the wrong side, didn't I? All right. I colored the wrong side. My bad. Now how do I fix this? Okay, I'm gonna go like this. All right, so I'm gonna be coloring all this in now because I just mucked that up. Colored the wrong side of the cloud. It's getting late. Well, it's not really getting late, but I've been coloring for a while. I can fix that. I can just erase it too. I just do that. See if my eraser will work on that. Get my white eraser out. Let's see if we can just erase that. Oh yeah, look at that. See, a watercolor pencil can be erased. Yeah, it's gone for the most part. Yeah, there we go. Just erase it. You make a mistake putting it on the watercolor pencil, you can just erase it much easier than color pencil erasing, I think. Actually, it's really just powdery, kind of chalky texture, so it's easy to erase, actually. There we go. No problem. Okay, that's better. I'm gonna fix that one. Oof. All right, so then put another cloud right here. Go. Right. So I got a few clouds going. So I could leave it like that, or I can add a little more. I'm thinking of adding a little more. Well, maybe I should just leave it like that. Maybe that's dark enough. I don't need to make them any darker. Yeah, I think that's good enough. I'm not going to get any more darker than that. Yeah. All right. So I think I'm pretty much done here. So thank you for watching, and I hope you submit a drawing coloring page for the contest. And if so, good luck. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.